Hello and welcome back, Bass Fan Bass, to Bar Band Bass with Johnaldon Tate. Today's segment is part of a series we call How'd They Play That Run? How'd they play that bloody run? Because there are many songs where most of the song is relatively simple and easy to figure out and can be played, by anybody. But there are specific little sections with runs that are quite difficult. Without knowing a few little sort of tricks of the trade, it's almost impossible to play them. We're starting off the series today with Always on the Run by Lenny Kravitz. Now, for the most part, it's not that difficult a song to play. You've got the E, you've got the octave of the E. The only other sections, apart from the runs we're going to be going over, are the very beginning where the bass comes in. Not too difficult. There's the odd little ornament where it goes from the G to the B. There's also toward the end, and that's just nothing to it. However, in Slash's solo, that's where things really get interesting for the bass. Now, the first run in Slash's solo is just a blues scale down, starting on A, right? Going down to the E. Now, here's the interesting thing. It modulates up a tone, and then, but the next run also starts on A. Same note. And then you get that amazing run down that sounds almost superhuman. Right? It's kind of amazing. And especially since the rest of the song is so laid back. Right? There are two major techniques for how that second run is done. First of all, it starts down here. It would be very difficult to play it way up here. So it starts first finger on the G string, right? Now, it's got that chromatic at the end, and it's very difficult to hear in the recording because the snare really comes in heavy right at that section. Now, the funny part is, according to legend, Lenny Kravitz played that bass line, but Lenny Kravitz also, as a multi-instrumentalist, played the drum part that interrupted the bass solo. In fact, according to the legend, Lenny Kravitz, apart from the vocals, of course, also plays the rhythm guitar, the drums. Actually, he plays everything except for Slash's guitar, Slash's solo guitar, of course, with that main theme that goes through, and also the horns were not. Everything else in the song was Lenny Kravitz. In this hand, the thing you have to remember is starting on that A on the G string, I like to shift down using my first finger on the E string, but whatever works for you. Okay? And I should mention that in terms of the rhythm, I like to think of the second run as triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Da-da. I don't know what it is at the end. So now the right hand uses this technique, and you've probably heard of raking before, and this is a perfect example. Now, raking is a very clever thing where you pull your finger across the strings. It only works on runs that go down, that start high and go down. It doesn't work on anything where the run is going up. Rake, alternate, alternate, rake, alternate, alternate, rake, alternate. Once you get to the E string, it's all alternating. But that's not too hard. What is that, 5 notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then open. And for some reason it plays the open twice. So I think those two techniques pretty much cover it. You've got the first technique in your left hand, starting here low on the A on the G string, and working down from there. And you've got on your right hand the raking technique. Personally, I always lead the raking in this song with my first finger, but you could just as easily start with your second finger and lead the rakes each time with your second finger, and it would work as well. Just as long as it works out in the end, either way, you're fine. Now, of course, if you can play with 3 fingers or 4 fingers, you're probably too advanced for this video. Anyway, I hope that helps out with that marvelous little run that he plays just toward the end of Slash's solo. Everything else in the song is pretty simple, and I'm sure you can learn how to play it just by listening to the recordings, because it really is. Right? I think there's a jazz bass in the video, but I have no idea if that's actually what's played on the recording. It sounds more like a Music Man to me, but it could be just compression to get that sort of active electronic sound. It's a very punchy bass part. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Bar Band Bass, and enjoy your playing.